This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Cloud DevOps batch 50. Before I start the session, I would like to give a quick recap on what's being covered in the previous session. Previous session was a kind of demo where we covered the list of tools that we are going to cover and the provenance of the Linux and flavors of the Linux we have, and which flavor of Linux are we going to use, what is the latest flavor of Red Hat, okay, and which version of Linux are we going to use. And in interview, if they ask you, okay, which flavor and distribution of Linuxes are you using to use, and we also discussed that the latest post development version of Red Hat is Rocky Linux, and Rocky Linux is the future. I think in the next 3 years, Rocky Linux is going to rule the market. So this is what we have discussed. Also, we have seen how to create an AWS account. So I would like to, I have shared the link with everyone how to create a AWS account. Yesterday, I have shown you. Again, I made a small doc and published across. So I would like to discuss that one more time. Before I proceed further, anyone have any questions? Before I proceed further, anyone have any questions? Can someone please confirm me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yep, it's audible.
All right. Okay. I hope no questions from your end. Okay. So let me take up the gitlab.com. So yeah, yesterday I have published a link with across everyone. So on the process to create an AWS account. Okay. In case if you haven't received it, this is what it is. This is how you need to create an account. Just search for AWS free tier account in the internet and then click on free tier account. Once you click the free tier account, it asks you to enter your root email address, which is nothing but your personal Gmail address. Okay, you need to create, and that will be your login ID going forward. So we need to enter that and then just give an account name. So since this is a training account, I have given it as training account name. And once you have given the account name, okay, you need to verify your email address. You'll get a OTP to your email. You need to enter that, and then you need to configure your password for your AWS account, and that will be the password that you'll be using along with your email address. Done. Once it is done, you need to validate yourself with a valid bank credentials. Okay, you need to enter your details. You need to enter your address. Okay, for the registration. After that, you need to enter your payment details. This is to verify yourself as a uh, human user, okay, who has valid genuine bank account details. Okay, you need to do them, and once it is done, okay, Amazon will detect you 2 rupees from your account. If you are based out of US, I think $1 or $2 it's going to detect. If you are based out of states, I think $1. Again, that $1 or 2 rupees you'll get it back in 1 or 2 days. And ensure you mention you don't have a PAN card. If you mention you have a PAN card, again you cannot create one more account. Just try to prefer not to keep PAN card as yes. Prefer going with no. And then that is your fourth step. And then the next step is you have three types of accounts. Okay, you can choose any
আমাদের
of
তাহলে
them,
ফ্রেন্ড
but
ক্লাসে
the
রাখলো
first
না
one is free.
আমার নেন নেন সাথে আমাদের
People who are not speaking, please go on mute. All right, thank you. So people, okay, we need to select the support plan as basic free support, and this will be the free tier account. And this is developer support where you need to pay $30, $29 per month, and this is enterprise support, $100 per month for the support they provide. But whatever these guys get, we get chat support and email support. That's all, but that's okay for us. Click the basic support free, and then complete the setup. And after that, you will get a congratulations email. Once you get a congratulations email, you'll also get an email to your respect to root email which you have given, telling that your Amazon account is created and you're good to use. All right, this is how you get an AWS account. Let me sign in with my AWS account. I'm opening a web window.
Woma, can I
Yeah.
get the link, please?
May I know your name? Hello, Blesh.
Manikanta.
Sure, Manikanta. I will be sharing it. We discussed yesterday, right? I'll be sharing it today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Or let me pass it to you right now. I just posted in the window, chat window. Again, I'll publish it one more time to everyone. Okay, thank you. Sent. All right. So this is how we create an AWS account. And now I want to learn AWS. So for that, I need to have a Linux machine. Okay, I need to have a Linux machine, and to learn Linux we have a lot of options. Among all the option that we have selected is, okay, among all the option that we have selected is, okay, among all the option that we have selected is this. Okay, how can we learn Linux? Okay, we can create a virtual machine on your laptop, or we can have an account simulators on Katacoda, or we can go with a Linux based virtual machine or a MacBook, or go with a Linux server on the top of AWS cloud. This is the preferred option because we are going to learn cloud and DevOps. And let's start with cloud. Okay, everything we consume reality. Okay, real time things, no more simulators and all. Just type Amazon AWS console in the internet. So let's sign in with the AWS account which we have created. Click on the link. I created account just a day before yesterday, so I would expect my account should be activated. If my account is not yet activated, I'll go with my previous account which I have. Okay, so guys, you have two options, root user and IAM user. When you are signing in, you need to click root user. What is this IAM user? We'll see this later, but for now you need to click root user and enter your email address. Okay, trainer.manovarma.6am. Since this is 6 a.m. batch, this is 6 a.m. created Gmail that way. Okay, so enter your email address and password, the password which I have selected. As soon as you sign in, this is how your console looks like, guys. Okay, as soon as you sign in, this is how your infrastructure, your console looks like. Okay, let it load, let it load. Okay, this is how your, as soon as you sign in, this is how your page looks like. Okay, and the top right corner you have a drop down, and if you click the drop down, you have a lot of options where you can create the infrastructure. You can create the servers in Mumbai region or Singapore region or Malaysia region or Milan or London or Ireland or Frankfurt or Stockholm or Paris or North California or anywhere. Amazon is operating across the world. So this is the global infrastructure of AWS global infrastructure. Okay, this is AWS global infrastructure, and these are all the places where Amazon is operating in 26 global regions. It is operating, and if you scroll down across the world, wherever you see green, everywhere it is operating. Among all United States, it has 8 regions, not eight. I think it's Canada. Yeah, I think this is also Canada. In United States itself, it has six regions. Okay, so you can create infrastructure anywhere of your choice. But if you are based out of India, your data should be in India. If you are based out of Singapore, so your data should be in Singapore. If you are based out of US, your company's data should be in United States. Okay, as per the country's data standards, you need to host your infrastructure as per the region of your choice. Okay, if your business is based out of India, Hyderabad, it doesn't make sense to create infrastructure in North Virginia, because all the customers request should go all the way around the ocean, go to US and come back. Okay, so there would be some latency. If your business based out of India, Flipkart, it makes sense to create infrastructure in India. Okay, but in the training we are going to create our infrastructure in North Virginia. Okay, so we are going to create in North Virginia. This is the place, and this is the place we are going to launch. And one more mistake, yesterday I said it is launched in 2007. It is launched in 2006, guys. Okay, this is the place where Amazon has launched it, cloud web services first from 2006. And if Amazon wants to roll out any new features across the cloud, this is the first place they'll select as a pilot project. And this is one of the inexpensive region as per the taxes and all. Among all the world, North Virginia is very inexpensive with respect to all the services. So in this training, we will be creating the infrastructure in North Virginia only. Okay, so drop down for each and every region. Okay, for each and every region they have given one name: US East 1, US East 2, US West 1, US West 2. Okay, so just ours is US East 1, which is nothing but North Virginia. So I'm going to select this. Okay, throughout the training, I'm telling one more time, throughout the training you need to select. Guys, I'm telling one more time, throughout the training you choose only one region, because if you today if you choose North Virginia, and tomorrow if you create in Mumbai region, and day after tomorrow if you create in Singapore region, what happens is you lose track of what you're creating and what you're destroying. Eventually you'll consume more bill. Just choose only one region. Okay, so that you'll have more idea, and you'll have more control on creation and destruction of the resources. Okay, and this is the place, this is how it looks like. Okay, and Amazon AWS is all about services, web services. Click on the top right, you have all the services that Amazon provides, all the services. Okay, these are the list of services that Amazon provides, but I am interested in compute is nothing but CPU. Okay, so click on this. So the name of the service is EC2. Okay, here EC2 is a service which offers, okay, servers as a service. Okay, virtual servers as a service. You can create any server of your choice. Amazon even offers Mac server. Okay, Amazon is the only cloud which even supports cloud on Mac. Okay, but that's super costly. Okay, but we will be limiting it to Linux. So EC2 stands for, EC2 is a service for servers, Elastic Cloud Compute. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. So this is a
I'm
web
sorry to
service.
disturb, Mano.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm getting a bit late in visualization, maybe 2 3 seconds later. Is it only for me or everyone?
For sure, from my end, there won't be any issue.
Okay.
Can someone
Uh,
please confirm me?
for
Because
me
if you
looks good.
see,
I didn't see any issues on the screen sharing.
okay,
Okay.
sure,
I think I'll just rejoin. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry.
sure. That's okay. That's okay. Please join. Please rejoin. My internet is weak. Wonderful. Let him join. Did I join the 5G network? Okay, I joined the 5G network. Guys, any issues from anyone? Or are we good? Strong network.
Yeah, we are good, man.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to, I want to create servers, and to create the servers, I need to consume a service. And what is the name of the service to create servers? So EC2 is the name of the service in AWS to create servers. The service that we consume is EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. It's all about services. I want to store some disk. Okay, I want to have a disk. It is a service. I want to create something. That's a service. I want some XYZ. Everything is service. So today we are going to create, okay, a server. I consume a service called EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. Okay, so we are going to create everything on the top of EC2. All right. Okay, all right. So before I create a server, I just want to show you a couple of softwares that are needed. Okay, so a couple of softwares that are needed in training. What are all the softwares that are needed for us? Let's also take a note of this. Softwares that are needed. Yesterday I'm supposed to tell, but unfortunately, softwares that are needed for training. Guys, only two softwares, only two things. Okay, if your Windows guys, okay, if your laptop is Windows based, okay, if your laptop is Windows based, you need to install Git Bash. And second thing is Excel. Okay, Excel or Putty, anything of your choice. I'm okay with anything. Okay, if you're using a corporate laptop, if you're using a corporate laptop and if they are not allowing you to use Excel, install Putty. Okay, and if you are a Linux machine, if you're a Linux based machine or Mac user, you don't have to install anything. You don't have to do anything, as you already have terminal. Okay, so these are all the things that are needed. That's all. We don't need any other additional softwares, any big processors, nothing. Only two things: Git Bash or Excel. If you are using Windows, if you are a Linux or a Mac user, you don't have to install anything. Okay, so how do I install Git Bash? Okay, what is Git Bash? Why do we need it? What is Excel? Why do we need it? Let's discuss it later. Okay, for now I want to install Git Bash. Git Bash for Windows. That's all. Go here. Okay, just download it for Windows. That's all. Okay, so yours is a 64 operating system. I don't think there are any more 32-bit Windows operating system. It's all about 64. Click this, your software will be downloaded. That's all. Done. Okay, all you need to do is go there and click next, 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 next. That's all. Okay, all you need to do is click next, 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 next. I don't do it because I already installed it. Okay, and next thing is, okay, so if you're comfortable with Excel or Mobaxterm or Putty or anything of your choice, okay, but my preferred choice is Excel. If you're using a corporate laptop, If they don't allow you to use Excel, 99% they'll allow. If they don't allow you, just go with putty. Okay, how do you install Excel? Excel is very famous software, guys. So that's the reason I use for trainings purpose to connect to Linux servers and all. That helps me. Okay, so what this gives me a terminal.
Can you send me the Excel link to
Yeah,
download?
we'll see that. We'll see that.
Okay.
Uh, I'll show you how to do that and all. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
this is to connect or SSH to Linux machine. I'll show you. So I have demonstrated you how to install Git Bash. Now I'll also show you how to install Excel. So Excel is a product from NetSarang. Okay, let me go here. Let me Excel. Just type Excel. Okay, so it's a product from NetSarang. Just click the first link. Okay, just download the product. Okay, now it will ask you existing user or 30-day evaluation period, and this is not a free software. It is free only if you're using only if you're using for home purpose. Okay, just say that I'm using it for home or school user. Just click the free licensing page. Okay, so they'll ask you to enter your email. Oh, no. Email address. Manoverma. 6 a.m. So I just need Excel. I don't need XFTP and all. Just download this. You'll get an email. Okay, so just sign in with your Gmail. Will say that I have sent an email. Just go there, sign in. The reason why I use Excel is I like it. It's very handy because from the next week we are going to work on 5 to 10 servers, right? So during that time for connecting multiple servers and all, it's very easy. Okay, all right. So guys, one more thing. Once your account is activated, you'll get a mail like this. Okay, welcome to Amazon Web Services. You can get started by accessing this. Your account is fully activated. Can you see this? Your account is ready. Get started now. Okay, you'll get a message like this. I got this message 3 days back because I created this account 3 days. Okay, this is one point I need to add. Okay, all right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Manu, is there any alternative for Putty or Excel? I have a Windows PowerShell or WinSCP, so is it okay? Or
That's okay. Install Excel or Putty. That's okay.
okay,
You'll enjoy the flavor of it. There is no harm in using PowerShell, but you'll miss some flavor of Linux. PowerShell is completely for Windows, so we are more of a Linux. Let's talk in a Linux term. Okay, but yes, you can also use PowerShell, but I'll
yeah,
teach something on Excel. You'll be losing track.
okay.
My sincere request is to go with either Putty, any Linux based utilities. Okay, all right. So thanks for your interest in Excel. Please click the below link to download the software. Just click that. Okay, your software will be downloaded. It's a very nice product. It will be downloaded. Can you see this? It has downloaded at the left bottom. Okay, it has downloaded and you just need to install it. How do you install it? Just click next. Okay, not even anything, just click next. That's all. Okay, I already have installed it, so I'm not going to do that. That's all. Okay, you need to install. Okay, so I don't want to do that. Okay, I installed it. That's all. Once you install the Excel on your Windows, just click Windows button, just click XSH. Okay, you'll get a utility like this. Okay, this is a this is the client which we use to connect to Linux based machines. And also once you install Git Bash, you just type Git, click double click, you'll get something like this terminal. Okay, so for Windows team, for Mac users and Linux guys, if you right click your mouse, you'll get an option called terminal, right? Windows don't offer terminal by default. That's the reason I have installed Git Bash. Git has also offered me a terminal where I can execute all the Linux based machines. It's a partial Linux machine. Okay, it's a partial Linux machine where I can execute all the things. Okay, if you're a Linux or a Windows user, you don't have to do any of these things. All right. All right. Anything else, guys? Any questions? Clear? These are very important. Okay. So this is your today's assignment. So install Git Bash and Excel, make it ready. All right. Okay. So I also got another question. What is the requirement for soft computer laptop requirement?
I am hearing a lot of noise in background.
Okay. Someone else wants. Just a second, everyone. Okay. It's a someone else microphone. Someone else microphone is causing that issue. So I muted everyone. Okay. All right. Yeah, Ranjit, you're saying something. Go ahead. Ranjit, you're saying something. Go ahead. Guys, any disturbance from my end? Anyone? Unmute yourself and speak. Ranjit, it's from you. Ranjit, it's from you. Can someone please confirm me? Am I audible? I don't know who is talking, but when that person is talking, we are getting that sound. Okay. All right. Ranjit, you're raising a hand. You're having any question?
Manu,
Guys,
which one you would prefer, like for practicing Linux? Which one you would prefer?
if you're using Windows, just use Excel. Okay. But if
Okay.
this is a corporate laptop, if you're practicing things on corporate laptop, go with Putty. Okay.
Okay.
It's just a client. That's all. All right. Is my voice audible? Clear? Everything clear from my end? Guys, need confirmation one person.
It's clear, sir.
Ranjit is saying that he's not able to see my screen. I'm on the actual black screen, guys. I typed hello. Okay. All right. Ranjit, you're not able to see my screen. Just check your network once. Okay, guys. Also, a couple of person is complaining they are getting a very smaller screen, 50% of the screen. Again, I'm telling, on the middle of your screen you have an option. Okay, drop down. Just click the drop down. You have an option called as hide everyone. Just click the hide everyone option. As soon as you click the hide everyone option, okay, you'll get the whole screen. Okay, you'll get the whole screen. Okay, you'll get the whole screen, guys. Okay, as soon as you click that button, you'll get the whole screen. All right.
Can you
Okay,
can you repeat that one where I need to hide everyone? It's not showing the option.
sure, sure. Uh, you're seeing my screen, right?
Yeah.
In
Okay,
the
got it.
middle of
Got.
your screen, you have a drop down. Okay, drop down. If you click that, you will get a lot of options. One, two, three, different views. Okay,
Yeah.
you need to click
Yes.
hide everyone option. If you do that, you'll get the whole screen.
Yes. Yes. Understand. Got it.
Perfect. Thank you. So, so these are the two softwares that are needed. Okay, these are the two softwares that are needed. Okay. Now, Linux users, you don't have to install anything because you'll have a terminal by default. Okay, why do I need to all this? Why do we need to all this? Because we are going to create a server and we need some mechanism to connect to the machine. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Let me show you. Yes, this is your Windows machine. Okay, this is your Windows machine. You want to connect to this machine. What is the first step that you'll do after powering on? This is your Windows machine. what is the first step that you'll do? You'll enter your username and password, right?
Password
Agree?
entry.
Guys, agree or not? The server, if you want to authenticate, you'll enter your username and password. You'll enter your username and password and you'll connect. Done. Now, if your server is in a data center, which is in Australia, which is in US, okay, this is in US data center. The server is in US data center. Okay, you're in India, in your home. Okay, in India, in your home, and this is your computer. Okay, from your computer, you want to connect to that Windows server. You got my point, guys? You got my point or not?
Yes.
Now, how do you connect? Anyone from the
On
admin background? How do you connect?
RDP,
This
RDP client.
exactly. Typically, so to connect to Windows-based machines, we need to install some software. Okay, some software called as RDP client. Okay, RDP client. Okay, RDP stands for Remote Desktop Protocol. Okay, so we need to install this, and we install this, we'll get an option to enter the username, a password, and the IP address of your Windows server. If the IP address of the Windows server and the username and the password are correct, you will straight away connect to this machine. Okay, that means on your computer you need to install a software called as client. That means to connect to Windows based software, you need to install a client called as RDP client. Okay, RDP client. Similarly, if you want to connect to the Linux based machines, okay, you need to have a software called as SSH client. Okay, if you want to connect to a Linux based machine, you need to install an SSH client. Okay, and those SSH client examples are PuTTY, Excel, and all. Okay, Excel, PuTTY, these are all the SSH client software. So you can either install PuTTY, Excel. Okay, if you install this, you can connect to the Linux based machines. Okay, all right, clear. So that's why we have installed the Excel. And why we install the git bash is I want to have a terminal just to make it handy. That's all. Okay, so if in Windows, if you want to authenticate, what you'll use, guys? Username
Password.
and password, right? Windows, if you want to authenticate, you'll enter username and password. In Linux, we have another mechanism. Okay, in Linux, what do you do? Anyone have any idea? The same
IP
concept,
address and
username and
password.
password.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
come
username and
again.
password.
Okay,
Yeah, same.
we also have another mechanism called as passwordless authentication.
Mm.
We also have something called as passwordless authentication. This method is not highly encouraged. Okay, so you are going to generate a key pair. So we are going to generate key pair, two files, and one file we are going to place it on the server, and another file you are going to place it on your desktop. So whenever you are going to connect to that machine, you are going to use the private key file, which is nothing but a file which is going to be there on your machine. Or if not, you can also go with the username and password. Okay, Linux offers two ways. Okay, one is username and password, and another is username and passwordless authentication. Okay, so I'll show you how to do with this, and then we'll go with this. Okay, typically in almost all the modern organizations, they go with only username and password, but the Linux default mechanism is passwordless authentic, not default. Okay, so Linux, when it is being origined, okay, when it is being started, okay, they are the one who introduced the concept of passwordless authentication by using some files and all, with the latest security policies in mind and the zero trust policy. This is not highly encouraged, but it doesn't mean that we'll skip it. First I'll show you with this only, and then we'll go to username and password. Okay, so today's agenda is I'm going to create, okay, so I'm going to create today's agenda. This agenda very simple, straight. I want to have a Linux server. Okay, I want to have a Linux server, and I want to connect it using passwordless authentication. Okay, so for this passwordless authentication, we need to blindly remember three commands because we haven't learned Linux yet. So you need to blindly remember just three commands. Okay, so why, what, all these things you'll understand it later, but you need to blindly remember three commands. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to generate two files. Okay, what are we going to do? Okay, we are going to generate a key pair. We are going to generate a key pair. When you say key pair, two files, public key plus private key. Okay, when you say key pair, it will have two files. One is public key and private key. Okay, all right, and public key we'll place it on server. Okay, public key is just a lock to your home. If you lock your home with a key, you can only open your lock with that particular key, right? Okay, private key in your computer. Okay, key to your lock. Okay, so a famous example of it is key and lock. Key and lock. This is a very famous example to understand what is a key pair based authentication. If you lock your home with this particular lock, you can only unlock it with this particular key. Okay, you cannot unlock it with any particular key. Similarly, in Linux also, okay, this is called as public key. Okay, this is called as public key, which can be seen by anyone. Okay, which can be seen by anyone, and this is called as a private key, which is sensitive information. Okay, you cannot expose it to anyone, because if someone sees this, they can also authenticate it. Okay, this is called as private key. Okay, so we are going to generate a key pair, and this is going to generate me two files, public key and private key. And public key I'll keep it on server, and private key I'll keep it on my local machine. Okay, let me see that. All right, this is my computer, again computer, Linux server. Okay, this is your computer, and this is a Linux server, and this is a Linux server. Okay, and this is a Linux server. Inside the Linux server, you are going to place your private key, public key, sorry, public key, which is nothing but your lock. Okay, copy this lock and put it here. Okay, that's all done. This is your public key. Whatever I'm teaching, I'm going to show you a practical way. If you don't understand, that's okay. Okay, this is your public key, and this is your private key, will be on your computer. If you want to connect, you need to use it. That's all. You'll be storing it on your laptop. Whenever you want to connect to this server using this public lock, you'll be using this key. That's all, done. Okay, so this private key is going to be very sensitive. You should not share it, or you should not expose it with anyone. All right, this is the mechanism we are going to use, and this is also called as passwordless authentication. This is called as passwordless authentication. Okay, this is one authentication mechanism that Linux is offering. We'll see that. Okay? This is one authentication mechanism Linux offers, which we are going to see now. All right, so let's see how to do that. Okay, so before I proceed, I'll ask you one quick question. What is the minimum time to create an operating system? What is the minimum time to install any operating system? Anyone?
20 to
Anyone?
30
Yeah,
As
minutes.
per your experience. Huh?
15 to 20 minutes it will take for the
Okay.
locking.
Okay. One answer is 20 minutes. Let's take it as 20 minutes. Another answer. Anyone? As per your experience, how much time it take for you to install an operating system? Anyone? Anyone?
2 hours.
It used 2 hours minimum.
Okay, 2 hours. Any other answers? I'll take 5 hours answers minimum. Anyone?
One
Anyone?
hour, I believe.
Yeah, Manu, less than 1
Minimum one
minute.
hour. Sorry?
Less than 1 minute, Manu.
Okay. You're from the previous batch. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, same 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay. 45 to 60 minutes. Okay. So what if I say even my answer is less than 1 minute? Okay. So in Amazon, okay, so there is a concept called as AMI. Okay. In Amazon, there is a concept called as AMI. With this concept, okay, AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. With this, you can create a machine in just less than 1 minute, even it is Windows, even for Windows as well. I'll show you. Okay, I'll prove you. Okay, the time taken to install an operating system will be less than 1 minute. Okay, technically it's not an installation. Okay, on the disk an operating system will already be installed. We are going to directly consume it. Let's see that. Okay, so I'm going to connect to my AWS. Okay, as I clicked EC2, that's the reason I am here. And the total number of machines that are running in my North Virginia region is 0. Okay, and the number of instances total are 0. Running is also 0. And elastic IP load balancer over the time will learn. Okay, over the time will learn. Okay, so the first action that we need to do is, okay, the first action that we need to do is we need to generate a key pair. Okay, we need to generate a key pair, and we need to place the key inside your cloud, okay, so that your servers can use. So open your git bash. Okay, so mkdir is a command to create a folder named as batch 50. Okay, it's already there in my case. Okay, so mkdir b50. So this is the folder that I'm creating, okay, where I'm going to place everything b50. All right, so this is a directory. Now I am switching inside the directory. Okay, so see, how do you create a folder in Windows? So you'll right click it. Okay, you'll go to desktop, you'll right click, and you'll create a new folder, right? You'll create a new folder xyz, right? Xyz. Similarly, in Windows, in Linux, if you want to create a directory or a folder, mkdir is the command followed by the name of the directory that you want to create. Okay, that means b50, the directory is created. Okay, now I want to, okay, now I want to move inside the directory and I want to create files. If it is Windows, you'll just directly double click it and you'll create files inside it. Let's say I want to create a file. Okay, abc.txt. abc.txt is a file that you have created. In Windows, you don't have to in Linux, you don't have to double click that option, and you don't have the concept of double click. Okay, so everything is an option. If you want to move inside the directory, cd is a command. I want to move inside the directory. Okay, if you see this, till now you are in the home directory, now you are inside the b50 directory. Okay, now I want to generate a file. Okay, now I want to generate a key pair to do the passwordless authentication. The command to do that is ssh-keygen is a Linux based command. If you don't understand, that's absolutely okay. ssh-keygen -f, and name of the file that I want to create is b50. Just enter. Okay, ssh-keygen is a command to generate a key pair. Hit enter. Okay, you don't enter any passphrase or anything. Just enter, that's all, your key pair is generated. Okay, ls is a command to see the list of files or folders inside the directory. Okay, so in Linux we don't have the concept of folders. So instead of folders we use the name called as a directory. The same folder we call the word here as directory. ls is a command to list the content. Okay, done. Okay, done. So this is the public key that we need to import. Okay, this is the public key we need to import into our cloud, and this is the private key which we'll be using to connect to the Linux based machine. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Now go here. Okay, now go here, go to your cloud. Okay, and this public key needs to be placed into your cloud, and private key needs to be inside your Linux machine. So go to your cloud, go to your cloud in the EC2, in the left pane, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. There is an option called as key pairs. Guys, can you see this key pair? Click this. Okay, you can also create the key pair here itself, public key, private key, but I have shown you the but I have shown you the way to connect from console, because you might not use AWS cloud in your environment. You would use different thing, but that is a fundamental format. Okay, so click on actions, import the key pair. Which key pair do I need to import? Just give the name as batch 50. Which key pair, public key or private key? Anyone in the session? Which key do I need to import, public key or private key?
Public.
Public key.
Perfect,
Public.
because
Public.
public key is just like a lock. Okay, so go here inside Manoj, users, Manoj, there is a folder called as B50. These are all my previous batches. So there is a folder called as B50. Where is the B50? Where
Is
did I
there
create?
in the middle?
Yeah, create. Okay, pub key, B50.pub. Public key is just like your lock. Click that, done. It is imported. That's all. You don't have to do anything. That's all. Import the key pair. Your job is done. Your job is done.
Uh, Manoj,
Okay.
do we have to
Uh-huh.
do simultaneously when you're doing all that?
No, don't do that. You'll get the session recording as well. Okay, you just watch it and try to understand only the logic, what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, you need to
Yeah.
understand the logic, and you need to ask me questions if you have any questions. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
all right. Because if you do in
Manoj,
parallel, you lose a lot of things. Yes, go ahead.
Manoj, sorry to interrupt you. So
Uh-huh,
can you show me
uh-huh.
the how to folder creation, subfolder creation file, because it's went very fast. So it's difficult
Uh-huh.
to catch that
Just
one. If you
I'll do that. Alright. Let
And
me
Manu,
open one
one
more.
more question before you
Uh-huh,
show this. See, I have a Windows machine,
mm-hmm,
and this you are telling about the Linux, right? So,
uh-huh.
and we if we install the Git Bash and all, we need to do this Linux command only, right?
Yeah, correct.
Not according to the Windows.
No. Only stick to these standards, okay? Because
Okay,
the cloud and DevOps are completely Linux oriented. So we'll focus and talk in a Linux oriented way. Okay.
okay,
Because in
okay.
interviews, if you
Irrespective
are
of what
aiming for
machine we
cloud and
have.
DevOps roles, the first
Mm,
questions, the first set of questions will be how many Linux machines you have, which flavor of Linux machine you use. If you want, if you want to ensure your file should not be deleted by anyone, how do you do in your
mm.
Linux machine? These will be the set of questions which will be coming. So that's the reason from the day one, day two itself, I'll start focusing in the Linux oriented way.
Okay,
Okay.
and so
Uh-huh.
irrespective of machine, what we have like Windows or either Linux, everything we do it from the Git Bash and only through
That's all.
Linux commands, right?
That's all.
Okay.
That's all. If I teach 100, even if you remember 30 to 40, I'll be more than happy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So one person has asked me to show how to generate the key pair again. I just opened the Git Bash. I created the folder. Mkdir is the command. Mkdir stands for make directory. It's a command. Okay. I'm just creating a directory with the name test50, mkdir test50. It is going to create a directory called as test50. Now I am going to move inside the directory called as test50. Okay. cd test50. Done. Okay, now I'm inside the directory that you have created. Now I want to create a key pair. SSH hyphen keygen is a command to generate a key pair, and hyphen f name of the key files that you want. So I want to give it as test50. Done. Enter. Enter. Don't enter anything. Okay. Now hit ls. It's going to show you two files, test50 and test50.pub. Okay. All right. Again, just close this if you want. Open it. Okay, we have created, what is the name of the directory that we have created? B50. cd b50. Move inside the directory, you'll see both the files. That's all. Okay, and pub is just like public key. Public key is just like a lock to your home. That's the reason we have imported into our cloud. Going forward, when we create any sort of Linux machine, we'll tell use this as your lock. Okay, use this as your lock. That's all. Okay, now let me start a machine. Any questions so far, anyone? All right, now I want to launch a machine. Okay, now I want to launch a machine. So click this, and I want to launch a machine, launch an instance, launch a server, create a server, start a server. Okay, both are same. Launch a server or create a server, both of them are same, guys. Okay, so in Amazon they call the servers as instances. In Azure they call it as a virtual machine. In Google Cloud also they call it as a virtual machine. Okay, in Amazon we call that virtual machine term as instance, but technically all of them are servers only. That's all. Launch an instance. Okay, we'll go with the very minimal options now. We don't select major options. My goal is to create a server and authenticate. That's all. I don't care about the other options right now. Why it is taking huge time? All right. Okay. Now I want to create. Okay. Now I'm creating a server. I want to tell a name. Okay. I'll also prove you. Okay. In less than 1 minute. As soon as you click the button, in less than 1 minute, your machine will come up. Okay. So I want to give it as B50 Linux server. I'm just giving a name to my Linux server that I'm going to create. Okay, and here if you scroll down, you have an option called as, okay, you have an option called as browse AMIs. Okay, what is this AMI? Amazon Machine Index. Okay, this is the operating system that you need to choose, which version of operating system that you want to use. Browse more AMIs, click this. Okay, and here there are a lot of options. Okay, so you can also create your own AMI. What is AMI? Let's talk about it later. And marketplace and community AMIs. Okay, in the community, okay, they have 500 AMIs. In the marketplace they have 5989. Okay, lot of people will sell their images as well, but go with community AMIs published by anyone. Okay, published by anyone. Now here just type CentOS, just type CentOS, look for the 7th version. CentOS 7. Just type CentOS 7. Just type CentOS 7. In the marketplace, come to the marketplace and click CentOS 7. Okay, because we are going to use the CentOS version 7. And here, click the first option. Okay, click the first option. Okay, so it is a part of the free tier. Guys, Amazon offers you, okay, all the services, almost all the services absolutely free, but with certain conditions. Okay, with some certain conditions. Certain images are not free, but our Linux based images are free. So wherever you see free tier as a label, that means that is absolutely free. You don't have to bother about it. Okay, I want to continue this. Okay, I want to continue with this. Select this. Done. I have selected the image, and each and every image will have an AMI ID. Now scroll down. Now they have mentioned it, the AMI ID is CentOS 1. Okay, good. It's a verified provider. I'm okay with that. And here, and if you see this guy is instance type. Okay, when you are buying a computer, okay, you want to buy a laptop and you went to the store, then what you'll check? First, you'll check how much disk you want, right? How much disk you want, okay? And whether it is, okay, costly disk or a cheap disk or a intermediate disk, you'll see that, right? And you'll also check how much memory you want. You'll check whether you want 4 GB of memory or 8 GB of memory or 12 GB of memory or 16 GB of memory. You'll also check how many processors you want. You want either 2.7 gigahertz, okay, 3.2 gigahertz processor, and how many CPUs you want, okay, whether octa-core processor, okay, or hexa processor. You'll check that, right? Yes or no? So here it's an instance type is nothing but a combination of CPU and memory. Amazon has created a lot of combinations. Okay, Amazon has created a lot of combinations. Okay, for each and every combinations they have given a name. T1 micro, T2 micro, T3 micro, T2 nano, T2 medium. Okay, so when you say T2 small, they'll give you one CPU and 2 GB memory. When you say T2 micro, they give you one CPU and 1 GB memory. And when they say nano, they'll give you one CPU and 0.5 GB memory. And when they say micro, they'll give one CPU and 0.5 memory, 0.612 GB memory. Okay, so like this, there are a lot of variants are there. So C series, where they'll give you more CPU and less memory. Okay, C metal, bare metal, this machine gives you 96 CPU and 192 GB memory. So like this, there are huge varieties of instance types. Okay, each and every combination of CPU and memory, they named it. Okay, there is a best combination. You will get the better performance if you use this much CPU and this much memory. There is some ratio. Based on that ratios, they have created a lot of combinations of CPU and memory. For each and every combination of CPU and memory, they have given a name. Okay, again, in these names there are a lot of variants: T series, C series, D series, M series, G series. And among all, I'm interested with the T series only, T2.micro, because T2.micro gives me, oh, sorry, I just came out. Sorry, I just cancel the button. I click the cancel. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just doing one more time. Browse AMIs, go to marketplace, search for CentOS. That's all. Select the AMI. Okay, it's a part of the free tier. Done. Continue. Okay, it's a verified provider. Done. Okay, Amazon is offering you a lot of combinations. Among all the combinations, okay, everything is not free. Only with the label wheresoever they have given as free tier eligible, only those instances are free tier eligible. Okay, rest of them are not. So T2 is a second generation hardware. Okay, Amazon also has T3 series, which is nothing but uh, a third version of hardware. I mean, third generation of hardware, but that is not free. Okay, that is not free. But we'll go with T2.micro. For our lab purpose, this is more than okay. Okay, for the first 1 week, we'll learn Linux. So during that time, this is okay. Okay, T2 micro is going to give me 1 CPU and 1 GB of memory. So I'll click it. Okay, done. Now I need to choose. Okay, now I need to tell when I'm creating a Linux machine, I need to tell which lock I need to use. Okay, which lock I need to use. Which lock I need to use, guys? Do I need to proceed without a lock, or do I need to proceed with a lock? And if you want to proceed with a lock, which lock? Okay, I'm locking it with B50 lock. That means if you want to authenticate, you need to use the B50 key. All right. So rest of the options, I don't care. I don't care anything. I don't care anything. I'll go default. I'll go everything default. And how much disk you want. You can also choose the disk. Okay, how much disk you want, whether 10 GB, 20 GB, 30 GB. And again, in the disk, there are a lot of varieties of disks are there. Okay, so again, in disk, there are a lot of varieties of disk. Typically in disk, there are two types of disk, majorly SSD disk, HDD disk, and magnetic disk. If this disk 100 GB costs you, if this disk 100 GB is costing you 1000 rupees, okay, the same disk of 100 GB SSD costs you 1000 rupees. Okay, that much costly it is, and it's very fast. Okay, your performance of your computer not only just depends on the CPU and the memory that you use, it also depends on the type of disk you use. Okay, the metric of your disk is input output per second. Okay, greater the input output second, better the performance. SSD gives you better performance. Okay, I have my office laptop and it is a HDD disk of 1 TB. Whenever I want to turn that laptop, whenever I click the power button, it will take 2 to 3 minutes of time to boot, to finish the boot up procedure. Okay, I also have my the same machine, trainings machine, which I give training, and that is just how 512 GB, but is of SSD. As soon as I click the power on button, it just starts in less than 3 seconds. Whenever I turn it off, in just less than 3 seconds, it's going to turn off. That's the power of disk. Disk matters a lot. Okay, so among all, SSD disk is very costly. Okay, and that's the reason whenever you're buying any computer or anything, we'll also check what type of disk it is. SSD disk, SSD stands for solid state drive. This type of disk gives you the better performance. Okay, this type of disk gives you better performance, and these two disks are some old standard. If you are centric, if you are cost sensitive, if you are concerned about more cost, then typically people go with this. But SSD disk gives you better performance, not better, best performance. Okay, so here again in SSD you have a lot of variants: general purpose GP1, general purpose GP3. It's all speed. Okay, so all the four works the same way, but different IOPS, different speed. But let's go with the default GP2. We'll learn this. But if you go with magnetic standard, it's going to be mess. It's going to be very, very slow. Okay, typically in companies we go with SSDs only. Okay, any of these variants, just click this, go with this default. That's all. I don't want to. Again, if you click advanced, we have a lot of options: spot instance, all these things. What these are, let's see that tomorrow. But for now, my goal for today is I want to launch an instance. That's all. Okay, I want to create an instance and I want to connect to that instance. That's all. I don't care anything else. If you want to know the details, just click this. Subscribing to the marketplace. This stuff is loading. I don't know why it is taking this much time. I mean, this is the first time I'm creating the machine in this brand new account. Maybe it is taking time for that. I don't know. Meanwhile, let's try to create one more instance. I don't know why it's taking this much time. Let's launch one more instance. This time I'll be quick.
Manoj, maximum how
Uh-huh.
many instance we can able to create?
In the free tier account,
Yes.
25 servers of free tier.
Okay. Even in real
Okay,
time,
but
we can create a number of instance, right?
you can. Okay, so there is a concept called as quota. I'll tell you what is quota and all. Okay, just 1 minute. Why is it taking this much time? Should not take this much time. Since I'm creating the server for the very first time, maybe it is taking time. This is a brand new account that I created just okay. It's created and the status of it is in the pending state. Okay, that means resources are not at allocated and the status of it is status X. Guys, if your machine is not coming up or if your machine is not responding you back, the first thing that you need to check is instance state. What is the instance state of it? The instance state of it is running. Okay, the instance state of it is running. Okay, but still the status checks are showing initializing. Okay, so if you click the status checks at the bottom of your screen, status checks, you have two checks: system status checks and instance status checks. System status checks is just like your hardware checks. Instance status checks are like your operating system checks. Technically what is happening in the background is, okay, so technically what is happening in the background is, this is Amazon's hardware. Okay, this is Amazon's hardware. This is Amazon's physical HP machine. Let's assume this is Amazon's HP machine. Okay, you requested Amazon, I want 1 CPU and 1 GB machine with some X disk. So what they do, they create a virtual machine on the top of it for you, right? Virtual machine, a server. This is what we are calling as a server, virtual server. Okay, CentOS on virtual server. When they say instance status checks, okay, instance status checks and system status checks, they are talking about this. Are everything good on this? Is called as instance status check. Instance statistics. Hardware, the underlying hardware, is everything good here? Is called as hardware checks or system statistics. Okay, so for a machine to work, both the checks should pass. Okay, both the checks should pass. Okay, right now here the both the checks are not qualified. Still both of them are initializing. Just refresh the screen. Both of them are running state. Now we should be able to connect. Okay, status checks. Click this. Still initializing. Why? Why? Okay, seems like it's taking time. Okay, guys, also in case if it is taking huge amount of time, you can remote the instance, you can report it's taking longer time and you can report it. Okay, let's give it a try. I think it's giving some negative results. Sometimes it is showing, okay, running. Okay, it's running. So let's click it and try to connect. I'm expecting it should work. So go to your git bash. Okay, this is how you connect. Okay, SSH. So guys, if I ask you what is your Gmail address, what you will say? If I ask you what is your Gmail address, you will say my Gmail address is, okay, DevOpstrainer@gmail.com, right? Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Or
Yes.
or like Shahrukh Khan @gmail.com. In this, what is this and what is this? Any idea? What is this and what is this? Shahrukh Khan underscore Bollywood is the username, right? Guys, yes, no? Don't you think it is a
Yes.
username? It is the
Yes. Yes.
username, right?
Yeah, yeah. And Gmail is domain.
Correct. Gmail is the name of the server. Okay. Now the gmail.com is the name of the server, not just domain. It's the name of the server. For your information, Gmail is also a Linux based server, guys. Whoever is using Linux. Okay. So this is also your gmail.com. The mailbox which you're using is also, whenever you're entering username and password, okay, Linux is giving you a graphical user interface to authenticate yourself. Okay. So that is a Linux way of communication. This is the username and this is a server that you're trying to connect. Gmail.com is the name of the Linux server. That's all. Okay. Linux.com is the name of the server. Similarly, if you want to authenticate to the Linux machine also, you need to SSH. Okay. Tell the name of the key that you want to use. B50 is the name of the key. CentOS @ what is the server IP address? We have two IP addresses, public IP address and private IP address. Whenever you are connecting from your home network or from the public network, you need to use the public IP address. Whenever you are inside the corporate network, then you will using the private IP address. Again, you'll see the huge difference between them in the later sessions. But now for copy the public IP. And CentOS is the default user account. Okay, CentOS is the default user account. If you are using some Amazon Linux, Amazon will have a different user default account. If you are using Red Hat, Red Hat will have a different user account. And CentOS is the default user account for okay. Now it's asking, hey, you're trying to connect to this machine for the very first time. Are you sure that you want to connect to this machine? Yes, I want to connect. Just type yes. Just type yes. You're connected to the Linux machine. You're connected to the Linux machine, guys. So 172.31868, 172.31868. Okay, you're connected to the Linux machine. Uptime is a command to check since when the machine is up. The machine is up from last 5 minutes and the number of users that are connected is 1. Okay, and the system time is 139. Guys, now we have created a server. We connected to the machine. Okay, we connected to the server and we connected, authenticated to the machine. Okay, so if you feel this process is too much complicated, okay, so just learn it for the sake of it. We are going to use a different process from the next week to authenticate. But if you are a cloud or a Linux or a DevOps guy, majorly if you are a cloud native guy, this is majorly used across the board. So you should also know this process. Okay, this is called as passwordless authentication. Just try to use it. Okay. All right. So whenever you're using is SSH is a command to connect to the Linux based machine. If you're connecting to the Windows server, you'll use RDP command, right? RDP. Similarly, if you want to connect to a Linux based machine, Linux uses SSH as a mechanism to authenticate. So SSH, you need to mention which key, which file you want to use. Okay, which file you want to use, and then CentOS @3.82.193.140. Okay, guys, clear? Any questions? Any questions on this? Did you enter any username or did you enter any password? No, right? Guys, yes, no? Did you enter any password? You didn't enter any password because you have the key. The, because the lock, you logged it with the key and the key is with you. That's all. And the key you're telling to use is this.
So where do you get
Okay.
the IP address, sir?
IP address here.
Yeah, 3.82.193.140.
This one here. Can you see this public IPv4 address?
Yeah, okay.
That is my Linux server IP. All right, guys. And if you are not comfortable using this SSH, again mentioning all the key and all, if you are aiming for some graphical interface, just open your git bash. Okay. But this expects the key in a different format. Okay, that's okay. For now, let's learn this only. Okay. Clear? Only we saw two commands, ssh-keygen, cd. That's all. Done. We didn't learn anything. So my goal for today is, okay, my goal for today is I want to create a server and I want to authenticate. Done. I have done that. Okay, I have done that. Now, Manu, we are consuming a Linux server. How the billing used to happen? How the billing used to happen? Okay, billing in AWS, EC2 billing, EC2 billing, and the billing of EC2 is dependent on the type of instances that you're using. Okay, and EC2 there are three types of instances: on-demand instance, okay, reserved instance, spot instance. Okay, if it's costing you, okay, if for example, if it is costing you, okay, 100 rupees per hour, okay, and then reserved instance will just cost you 50 rupees per hour, and spot just costs you 2 rupees per hour. The same machine, if it is of type on demand, it's going to cost you 100 rupees, and if the same reserved instance, if you use it, okay, 50, you'll get it for 50 rupees, and if the same instance, if you are creating inside the category of spot, you'll get it just for 2 rupees. Now which one do you prefer? So again, in EC2 instances, the billing is based on three types. Okay, on-demand instance, reserved instance, and spot instance. Okay, if it is of type on-demand, if it's charging you 100 rupees per hour, and if the same instance, if it is considered under reserved instance, it might cost you just 50 rupees per hour. And if the same instance, if it goes under spot instance, it charges you just 2 rupees per hour. So among all three, which one do you use?
Based on requirement.
Spotted.
Okay, which one? I mean, as per your, which one do you use? I just want to take your thoughts.
Spot.
Spot.
One is spot, another one?
Mine is reserved.
Spot. Okay, reserved.
On demand.
On demand. So we got three answers. Okay, I'll say what type of instance it is. For which purpose are you using? Are you using for production grade machines? Are you using for testing purpose? Or are you using
So
for
that's
research
what
and
I
purpose
said.
machine?
It's
So
a
all
requirement
these
based.
things. Yes, exactly as per the requirement based. But why on demand is going to cost you much? Why reserved instance is going to cost you less? Why spot instance is costing you very, very less? We'll talk about that tomorrow. But but I'll give you one small example. You went to Bangalore for a job for some purpose, okay, and you want to be there for 1 year. You have two options. Either you can book a hotel or your room where you can pay 1500 rupees per day, or you can take a flat rent in an apartment by paying just 10 to 15,000, right? So 1500 staying in Oyo, 1500 into 30, it's going to cost you 45,000 rupees. If you just take a 1 BHK flat, it's going to cost you just 10 to 15,000. That means you're just consuming one third of that, right? Because if you give a commitment to someone, okay, if you give a commitment to someone, hey, I'm going to stay in your flat for the next 1 year, what is the amount that you're going to give me discount? Okay, since you are giving him a long term commitment, you will give you some huge discounts to you, and that's the reason why reserved instances are very less. Okay, typically in your company, okay, in our company wherever you are working, okay, they'll have a long term commitments telling that we are going to use these many machines for the next 3 years. How much discount you will give me? Okay, how much discount you'll give me? They'll get some huge discounts. Okay, so we'll see with an example tomorrow. Okay, we'll see with an example tomorrow. Why till tomorrow? Let's see today itself. Okay, so there is a calculator called as EC2, okay, not EC2, AWS calculator, AWS billing calculator. Open this billing calculator. Click this pricing calculator. You just need to tell, okay, create an estimate. Okay. Since we are talking about EC2, let's only talk about EC2. Okay. Configure it. So let's take it here for lab. Okay, so the billing, guys, one more very important. The cost, the same instance might cost you 10 rupees in North Virginia, 20 rupees in North California. Okay, because the taxes, the region, everything varies. Okay, so since we are in North Virginia, so select the North Virginia. All right, scroll down, which instance type that you want. Okay, either you can go with how many CPUs and how much memory you want, or you can also go by instance type. Okay, so let's say I want to go with T3 medium, which gives you 2 CPUs and 4 GB memory. Let's see this. Okay, scroll down, how many missions you want. I want one. What is the utilization percentage per month? I'm telling I'm going to run 100% over the month. That means 24/7 over the month. So which plan that you want to go with? Okay, EC2 instance saving plan, which is nothing but reserved instance, or you want to go with on-demand instance. Okay, let's say on-demand instance. That means I'm not sure when I'm going to create and when I'm going to destroy the machine. I'm not sure because this is a requirement which came up ad hoc. So I just want to create a machine. I'm not sure how long I'm going to use. So in this case, typically you create a reserved instance, on-demand instance. Okay, it also asks you how much disk you want. Okay, what is the disk that you want? All these things, type of disk. Let's say I'll say 50 GB disk I want. All right, and just save and view summary. How much it's costing? So per year it's costing you $424. Okay, let's take it. T3 dot media per year. If it is on demand, if you are not sure, okay, on demand. What is the price? $424 US dollars. It's huge. Now I'll go back. I'll go back. I'll say I'll say I'll go duplicate it. Just delete this. Don't need it. I just want to add one more thing. Just remove it. Edit my estimate. Just delete this. Add a service. Again, I'm creating another estimate, and this time with reserve. Okay. Now I'm going to give a commitment to them. Okay. Now I'm going to give a commitment on demand. Okay. Region is North Virginia. All right. Now, instance type T3 dot medium. It's also an instance type, which gives me 2 CPUs and 4 GB memory. Done. And again, I'm going to use it 100%. And it's asking me, you want savings plan or anything? I want to go with a savings plan where I'm going to give a commitment of 1 year. Okay. If I give a commitment of 1 year, what is the cost? So let me give 50 GB. Send you the summary. Oh, you're just getting it $288, guys. If you give a commitment to them, how much it's costing you? How much it's costing you? Okay, T3 dot medium para. This is a reserved instance. 1 year. Okay, if you give a commitment stating that I'm going to use this machine for the next 1 year, you got almost 40% discount. Okay, you also almost got 40% discount. But if you give a commitment for 3 years, let's see what will happen. I'm going to give a commitment for 3 years.
7520.
Again, one more very important point I will tell. Okay, one more very important point. If you give a commitment of 3 years, again you'll get some very huge discount. Okay, so what is the pricing that you got? So
506.
Just 506. Not 506. Just remove this on-demand one. It's showing you the overall. How much discount you got, guys? $217. If you give a commitment of $217, this is the discount that you're getting. For 3 years, if you give a commitment, you almost got 50% discount. Not even 50%. Yeah, you almost got 50%, guys. So the more commitment you give, the more discount you get. Okay, but here
You
you
cannot
know that
cancel.
you're going to create the instance and you're going to destroy the instance, so you'll be billed only for that time. But in the reserved instance, it's not like that. Okay, if you give a commitment for 3 years and if you just use it for 1 month or 6 months, after that if you destroy, or even if you don't use it, I don't care. You gave a commitment and you are responsible for it. Okay, but you still need to pay. So if you are very sure that you are going to use these instances, then only you need to go with the reserved instance. Okay, so that is the advantage of it, reserved instance. Again, in the reserved instances, again you'll get more discount if you pay the whole upfront now itself. Okay, so if you pay the whole upfront, okay, this is the billing and which will be split across the months. If you give a commitment that I'm going to use it for the next 3 months, next 3 years, I will also going to pay you all the upfront right now, again you'll get huge discount. Okay, it all based on, okay, they want you pay more. And now again, if you go here and if you say that I want to use it for the 3 years and I'm not paying any upfront, that means I'm not paying any advance. I'm going to pay you all the advance right now itself. How much discount you will give me? Let's see that. Guys, can you see this? $5 per month. Okay, that means $469 divided by 3, which means it's almost 120, not even 120, 150. It's almost 125 rupees. Not 125, 150 means 450. 155 rupees. 155 rupees, guys. Okay. So earlier, how much it's costing you? $270. Now you got it for just 150 rupees. If you pay all of them in advance, $150 per year. If you pay upfront. That means if you are paying right now, okay, this is per month basis and this is if you pay all of them together in a shot. And again, another category is there on spot instance. We'll see this tomorrow. Okay, we'll see this tomorrow. Again, this gives you almost 90% of discount. Okay, so in lab we'll be consuming extensively the spot instances because it's going to give 90 to 95% of discount to us. Okay, I mean that's all for today. So today what we learned is, today we created a Linux based machine and we saw one way of authenticating using something called as SSH key based authentication, which is also called as passwordless authentication. Okay, that's for today. I'm good for today. If you have any questions, I'm ready to take up.
Oh, yes, Manu, I have some couple of questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Manu, like we know that we'll use a service and we'll say like I'll be using it for 3 months or 5 months, or I'll
Uh-huh.
take a reserved one and I'll be
Uh-huh.
paying it.
Uh-huh.
If we are not using it, also we'll be paying it if we take
That's
it
all.
as a reserved one, right?
Correct.
So in the on-demand instance, like whatever I'll be using, I'll pay it. But what in case like if I have taken it for a 50 GB and I'll be saving it some GB, I'll be not using it throughout the usage until I destroy it. If I is there anything concession on the GB part also, like on the storage part if I doesn't
No,
use
no,
much of them?
no, no.
No, right?
You told
Okay.
Amazon that you're going to use 50 GB. It doesn't
Mm.
matter whether you'll save 50 GB data or not. Amazon has
Mm.
reserved it for you and it is
Mm.
allocated to you. So Amazon will bill
Mm.
you for the 50 GB disk. Okay. It's not
Okay, see,
AWS,
this
Amazon's
pay is
problem.
on service, not on the storage kind of,
Correct.
right? Only the
Correct.
service.
Correct.
And the next
Correct.
question is
Logically,
about. Hmm?
logically, Amazon has allocated you. You
Hmm.
told to allocate. You said that I'm going to
Hmm.
consume it. You didn't consume. It's not Amazon's
Hmm.
mistake. So you are
Hmm. Hmm.
responsible for that 50 GB of the disk. And
Hmm.
during that time, Amazon is not doing any business with your 50 GB or the leftover 50 GB.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, got it. And everything we deal in USD right here. Like if I'm based out of India and I'm using this Amazon EC2 service, with on demand or something. Like I'll be so how was that pay model works like with from India perspective?
Just into 78. That's all.
Huh? Sorry.
Into 78. Let's say if you charge $20 or if you charge $5, 5 into 80, 400 rupees. That's all. You can pay 400 rupees from your card. Amazon will do
Okay.
the conversion. You don't have to do that.
Okay.
It tells you how much in dollars you need to pay. INR you need to pay.
Okay.
It does the conversion and tell you.
Okay. And how is this like, suppose I'm selecting any one of the service and like on demand suppose or the reserved one, like I'll be using it. Okay, you said like it is monthly billing, right? Though it,
Correct.
I can pay it in upfront or else on the monthly.
Correct.
But it is not, okay, we have an option either pay and
Yes,
use
yes.
it or use it and pay.
Correct. Correct. Either you can go with pay as you go or you can also pay upfront.
Okay. And coming to this authentication and without password,
Uh-huh.
kind of today, which you have taught us like without password one by
Correct.
creating the keys. Now, as a lab practice, if I do it like today with this passwordless, and tomorrow after a week we'll be going to see another process, right? But already my machine has been set with passwordless process. So will I be able to replace it with the new one which we're gonna learn in today?
Creation and destroy will happen in less than 30 seconds. Then that's the main advantage we prefer to going with cloud. You can create in
Mm.
seconds and you can destroy in seconds. Okay. And you are going to consume my lab machine. Okay. So directly, I don't want to give you ready-made stuff. That's the reason I show you the raw approach. But from
Mm.
the next week or in next 1 or 2 days, you are going to consume my lab machine. I have my own AMI. How you are searching CentOS 6, CentOS 7. Similarly, I also have my own lab image. You'll be consuming that lab image that will have a dedicated username and password.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Any questions, anyone? I'm checking the windows. Any other questions, anyone?
Yeah, so yes, I have a question. So like in the
Uh-huh.
free tier, so
Uh-huh.
we don't need to provide any this credit card details
Which details?
for
Sorry.
creating account
Uh-huh.
for creating AWS account. Do we need to provide this credit card details in
Yeah,
case of
yeah,
free
yeah, yeah.
tier?
Even if it is a free tier account or commercial account, you need to authenticate. You need to share your details and Amazon validates whether those are valid bank details or not. Then only your account will be created. Just go with
Okay,
credit
okay.
card. It will be quick.
Okay,
Okay. So I'm sharing you the
okay.
document one more time. Just please feel free to check that. Okay.
Yeah.
Manjeet, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just guys, please activate your account because from tomorrow we are going to learn Linux extensively. All right. So guys, tomorrow meeting starts at 6 a.m. IST as usual, and the meeting link remains the same. Okay. See you tomorrow. In case if you have no questions.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys.